Dixon, and I'm moderating the press conference this morning. Today we have Conservative MP and finance critic Pierre Poilievre, and he's going to make some comments and then take your questions. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate having you here today. Well, the cat's out of the bag. Up until now, the Liberals have been denying and denying and denying the true cost of their carbon tax. For years, I've called it the carbon tax cover-up. But they said no. The tax will only go up to $50. That gas prices will only rise by 11 cents. Home heating by only $300 or $400. That the average family in Ontario would only pay $600 or $700 a year under the Liberal carbon tax. When asked whether she would consider raising the tax even higher, Catherine McKenna, the Environment Minister, said no. She denied it. When the Parliamentary Budget Officer said the tax would have to be 5 times higher than it is now, and twice as high as the Liberals admit, she said there would be no increase after the year 2022. Well, yesterday, she accidentally told the truth. She admitted that if re-elected, the carbon tax will go much higher than Liberals previously said. And what does this mean for Canadians? It means thousands of dollars in higher costs for gas, heat, and groceries. It means that Liberals will raise taxes to fund more out-of-control spending. This is the credit card campaign of Justin Trudeau. He's spending billions of dollars now to get re-elected, putting it on the national credit card, and sending the bill to Canadians after the election when he no longer needs their votes, but still needs their money. That's what Canadians have to look forward to if Justin Trudeau is re-elected. Massive new taxes, a higher cost of living, more expensive bills for them and their families. Conservatives, by contrast, have an affordable plan for Canadians to get ahead. A Conservative government will live within its means, leave more in people's pockets, and let people get ahead. We'll do that by taking GST off home heat, by cancelling the carbon tax to lower gas and grocery bills, and through other tax reductions which will make it possible for hardworking families to make progress. Now, it's important to realize that where all this Liberal spending is going. It's going to the most privileged, the wealthiest, the large corporations who are recipient of copious corporate welfare, the $35 billion corporate welfare bank, which Justin Trudeau has set up to help infrastructure and construction companies protect themselves against losses by passing those losses on to taxpayers in the form of loan guarantees. This spending, this shoveling of billions of dollars into the pockets of the wealthy elite, is going to cost Canadians, especially working-class Canadians, more and more. And that's why we need a change. Andrew Scheer is the only leader who has a plan to make life more affordable so Canadians can get ahead. Alors aujourd'hui, on est en train d'apprendre la vérité. Les libéraux augmenteront la taxe carbone beaucoup plus haut qu'ils ont avoué auparavant. Mais il faut aussi reconnaître que l'aveu d'aujourd'hui de Catherine McKenna a une importance au Québec sans précédent dans ce débat. Auparavant, Justin Trudeau a dit que les Québécois ne seraient pas touchés par la taxe fédérale du carbone parce que le Québec a déjà un prix sur le carbone. Mais si le gouvernement fédéral augmente le prix sur le carbone, la taxe sur le carbone, plus haut que le niveau présent au Québec, les Québécois seront obligés de payer davantage aussi. Le prix de l'essence, des épiceries et le chauffage, vont augmenter au Québec beaucoup plus qu'on a prévu à cause de la décision des libéraux d'augmenter la taxe carbone plus haut qu'ils ont avoué auparavant. Donc, jusqu'à maintenant, Justin Trudeau a nié vouloir augmenter la taxe carbone. Il a dit que non, c'est juste 50 $. Ça va juste être 11 sous de litre pour l'essence. Et maintenant, sa ministre de l'Environnement a avoué que le prix sera beaucoup plus élevé que les libéraux ont avoué auparavant. Donc, les Québécois et les Canadiens partout dans le pays paieront beaucoup plus. Heureusement, les Québécois et les Canadiens ont le choix d'un chef, Andrew Scheer, avec un plan pour rendre la vie plus abordable, en éliminant le TPS du chauffage et en annulant la taxe carbone, la vie deviendra plus abordable et les Canadiens vont pouvoir s'avancer dans leur vie quotidienne. Merci beaucoup.
Helene Bizzetti, Le Devoir.
Oui, M. Poilievre, je me demande dans quelle mesure vous faites la campagne de 2023 en ce moment, puisque la ministre dit, écoutez, d'ici 2022, ça ne change pas, on négociera avec les provinces en 2022. S'il y a une hausse, on parle peut-être pour le prochain mandat, au-delà de celui qu'on va discuter, non?
Non, elle a dit que dans le mandat prochain, le mandat prochain comprend 2023. Et elle a avoué que le prix augmentera. Avant hier, elle disait non, 50 $, c'est tout, fini. Maintenant, elle a changé d'idée et le camouflage, heureusement, n'existe plus. Les Canadiens savent que le coût de vie et les factures d'impôts et de taxes augmentera sous un gouvernement libéral. Seulement un gouvernement conservateur va éliminer les taxes et réduire le coût de vie pour rendre la vie plus abordable et permettre les Québécois et les Canadiens de s'avancer.
Dans quelle mesure pensez-vous que cette position peut vous nuire dans l'élection? Tout le monde dit que ce sera une élection environnementale, une élection climatique, que l'enjeu des changements climatiques sera important. Vous dites pas de taxe sur le carbone. Dans quelle mesure ça peut vous nuire auprès d'un électorat qui s'inquiète de voir la planète cuire?
Je suis sûr que ça va nuire à Justin Trudeau d'avoir avoué un changement de position. Auparavant, Trudeau s'est dit a dit que le taxe carbone n'augmentera pas, que ça allait être simplement 50 $ et que le coût serait juste 11 sous de litre pour l'essence. C'était sa position. Mais hier, son ministre de l'Environnement a avoué que le prix sera beaucoup plus élevé. Et les Canadiens qui voient un coût de vie trop élevé déjà ne vont pas voter pour un gouvernement libéral qui l'augmentera davantage. Ça nous donne une occasion de présenter notre plan conservateur pour rendre la vie plus abordable.
Marika Walsh, Globe and Mail.
Hi, Minister Poilievre. Policy Options came out last week with an analysis of your party's climate plan and said, under your plan, emissions would raise by 100 megatons by 2030. I'm just wondering if you can respond to that.
We disagree with that. We have a real plan for the environment, which requires large industrial corporations who fail to reduce their greenhouse gases to invest in green technology to clean up their company and their industry. It offers a green home tax credit to help families with environmentally friendly renovations and appliances.
But they say the
we disagree with that. We also plan a tax reduction for income from green patented technology. Beyond that, we're going to put an end to the disgusting practice of cities pouring raw sewage into our lakes, oceans, and rivers. This is a real plan for the environment, rather than a tax plan for government revenue like we have under Justin Trudeau.
But relisting your plan doesn't explain to me how those things actually reduce emissions. And scientists who are very well renowned across Canada, Mr. Jacquard, says it doesn't work, that your plan does not work.
Well, I disagree with him. Our plan does work.
Alex.
And it did work, by the way. Our plan actually did work. We reduced greenhouse gases while growing the economy when we were last in office.
Alex Bilingual, Toronto Star.
Just staying on the Conservative plan, we're talking about, I guess, about how we don't know exactly what the Liberals would want to do with a carbon price. But just wondering if you can clarify the price signal that you guys have requiring these industrial emitters to invest. In your plan, it's not included how much they will have to invest, so we don't know the strength of the signal that you're proposing, the pricing system that you're proposing. Why not, and what is it?
Well, the strength in our plan is that it requires the companies actually redirect money to green technology that will clean up their company and industry, instead of just generating more revenue for the government to spend. So our approach as Conservatives is to require large industrial corporations reduce their emissions for each unit of production, and if they don't, then they will be required to invest in green technology that will do so. And that means that the money goes to green technology rather than just government coffers. That is a far more effective plan than the Liberals are proposing.
But isn't it impossible to assess if we don't know how much, if those companies don't know how much they'd have to invest per unit of emissions?
What they will know is that they will have to reduce their greenhouse gases. And we, in consultation with environmental groups, with Indigenous people, and with industry, will ensure that the policy is set up in a way that encourages upfront reductions in greenhouse gases. And for those companies that fail to achieve those reductions, they will have more money to invest in green technology that will help future reductions.
Catherine Levesque, Presse Canadienne.
Oui, bonjour, M. Poilievre. Pourquoi flottez-vous l'idée que cette taxe possiblement pourrait s'appliquer également au Québec? Et est-ce que vous espérez que le Québec, de cette façon, se joigne peut-être à la résistance des autres provinces qui s'opposent à cette taxe carbone?
Mais si le prix que Justin Trudeau établira après des élections est plus haut que le Québec a en place, le gouvernement libéral serait obligé de forcer le Québec d'augmenter le taxe carbone. Et ça va avoir un impact énorme sur les consommateurs au Québec. Donc, Trudeau devrait être honnête avec les Québécois, comme avec tous les Canadiens, que le coût de vie sera beaucoup plus cher si les libéraux sont réélus que ce l'est maintenant, ou que c'est ce que ça aurait avec un autre gouvernement.
Any more questions? Annie? Any or CTV?
Yeah, so sort of following up on Ellen's question, you know, there are a lot of people across Canada who believe in a strong climate plan and a carbon tax, especially with the election coming up. I'm wondering how you feel that fighting the carbon tax and, you know, Ms. McKenna's words is going to help your party heading into an election, which, as people have mentioned, is going to be very climate focused.
Well, we have a real plan for the environment that will achieve reductions in greenhouse gases. It focuses on technology and not taxes. The Liberal plan fails. They miss their targets they admit they'll miss their greenhouse gas reduction targets by approximately 90 million tons. So the number one issue I'm hearing right now from my constituents in suburban Ottawa is the rising cost of living. The prices are rising faster than paychecks. And Justin Trudeau will make that problem worse. His carbon tax will be much higher than he has thus far admitted. And if this was such a popular idea, why are they covering it up? Why did Catherine McKenna stand up and deny that the tax would go above $50? We know why. Because they were trying to keep it secret until the election was over, when they no longer need voters but still need their money. But yesterday, I think she got a surprise question. She accidentally told the truth, which is that taxes will be far higher under Trudeau than he admits today, but they'll only reveal that fact when the election is over.
So the Liberals say they're using some of that tax money to reinvest into their climate plan. How does your party intend to pay for all of its climate-related actions without raising any taxes?
Well, that's interesting, because a moment before the Liberals were claiming that it was all revenue neutral. Now they say they're going to spend the money. So that too continues to change. You know, I think you've just reconfirmed the real agenda here. The Liberal plan is not an environmental plan. It is a tax plan. It is designed to raise money for politicians to spend. You're right. they will spend it on things like new fridges for Loblaws. Other wealthy insiders will do very well from this Liberal government, whether it's the Irvings getting a write-off of a loan, whether it's $400 million for Bombardier that fails to produce jobs, whether it is $4.5 billion for Kinder Morgan, whether it's the $35 billion corporate welfare bank. They will spend the money. You're right. Canadians will send it so Liberals can spend it.
But how will your
And our plan requires large industrial corporations to reduce their emissions. If they fail to, they will have to invest their own money in green technology that cleans up their company and their industry. We will bring in a green home tax credit, which is already costed in our plan and will be costed by the Parliamentary Budget Officer to help Canadians upgrade their appliances and renovations to make their households more environmentally friendly. We are going to require large cities to stop pouring raw sewage into lakes, oceans, and rivers. And we're going to bring in a tax break for companies for income from green patented technology to encourage more environmental entrepreneurship. And that is a real plan for the environment, not a tax plan for the government.
Marika Walsh, Globe and Mail.
Mr. Poilievre, I just want to go back to this analysis in policy options. It says the Clean Fuel Standard is a regulation that increases the use of renewable fuels and electricity. Decades of evidence shows that this increase will not occur voluntarily in energy markets. So what evidence do you point to that shows that this is wrong?
Oh, that's interesting. Now you're talking about the Clean Fuel Standard. So that's
part of the climate plan.
right. So a moment ago you were talking about the carbon tax. So I'm glad you brought up the so-called fuel standard, because that is yet another 5 cents a liter. That Liberal,
Carbon tax, sir, I was talking about
I know, you
your
were
climate
talking-
plan and how
I
it
know.
compares to the Liberal climate plan, and that this analysis shows that under your plan, emissions will go up by 100 megatons. So I'm asking you to point to some evidence that shows that's not the case.
I'm just going to respond. Now you've mentioned the fuel standard, which is another 5 or 6 cents a liter in higher gas prices on top of the carbon tax. So we have the Parliamentary Budget Officer saying that the carbon tax will add 23 cents a liter to gas. And on top of that, the Liberals have a new regulation which will add an additional 5 cents. So now we're up to 28 cents a liter in higher gas prices. Not to mention that the HST applies on the carbon tax. So now we're over 30 cents a liter in new gas taxes. Now, if you're a millionaire trust fund baby and you've inherited a fortune from your father and grandfather, that's not a big deal. But if you're a single mother or a working parent who's trying to take care of your kids and raise a family, an extra 30 cents a liter in Liberal taxes on gas is a hell of a lot of money. And Canadians cannot afford another 4 years of Justin Trudeau. As to our plan, I can state it a fourth time. I've summarized it multiple times here today, that we are going to require large industrial corporations to reduce their greenhouse gases. If they fail to do so, they'll be required to invest in green technology to clean up their company and industry. We're going to give Canadians a green home tax credit to help with environmentally friendly renos and appliances. We're going to give a tax break for green patented technology. We're also going to stop the disgusting practice, which the Trudeau government has allowed, whereby cities pour billions of liters of raw sewage into our water. We're going to put an end to that because we have a real plan for the environment. It is an environment plan, not a tax plan. It focuses on technology and not taxes.
Are there any more questions? We have time for one or two more. Alex?
Maybe just, we're talking about your priority is saving Canadians money, but in canceling the carbon tax, you'll also cancel the rebates that the same PBO study that you've been citing said would return more money to, I think it was 4/5 of families or something who receive it. So wouldn't you be taking money out of most people's pockets and canceling a carbon tax?
No, in fact, I think this is exactly the credit card campaign that Trudeau is running. He sends you a tiny check for a couple $100 before the election, and then a bill for thousands of dollars after the election. We now know that the tax is going to be much higher than he previously admitted, and that it will therefore it will cost people far more than they will get back. And you will see this throughout the entire campaign. Trudeau will come out, he'll be making very expensive promises, claiming people will be better off if they just give him more of their money, because he'll claim that he'll give it back. But in reality, what they'll get before the election is expensive promises, and what they'll get after the election is a massive bill.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Great, thank you.